stuck tism at the end of ableism.
Now,
Ableism.
Ableism. So speaking of that word, I wanted to start with the. If you guys didn't hear, there was a kind of like a uh, AFTA was what it's called. I think.
BAFTA.
Oh,
BAFTA.
BAFTA.
BAFTA?
It's an award
No,
show.
No.
BAFTA.
BAFTA. Oh, okay. My
There's a B.
apologies. I need to make sure. Actually, I need to make sure this is going live because sometimes it just tells me things.
My Apollo cheese.
Tell me, sweet little lies. Anyways, oh, there I am. Okay, we're good. So, if you don't know, there was a guy who there who had they brought him on because he has Tourette's.
Well,
Oh yeah,
they brought him up.
I think did he say the N-word? I was like,
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I
and he was
remember
having tics the entire time. And
yeah,
he
you can
happened
tell,
to
like it's not his fault. He really
No, it's really not his fault. But some people are like, how dare you say it in front of that persuasion of people?
yeah, he has a fucking condition. My
Yeah.
brother in Christ.
So, I think Vic, you'd be great for this because
Wasn't it Grace
okay, watch.
who kind of went off the deep end about it?
Yes, in fact. So Vic, are you watching the stream?
Hang on. I was on the watch together. Hang on, let me.
Oh, it's fine. It's cool. Zenbatsu.
So what am I looking for?
This. It's going to show up soon.
In the watch together or
No, in the on stream.
How do I find your actual stream?
It should be on my channel.
Hang on, my channel.
Yeah, it's fine.
Where is that? Look, I'm.
It's on. It's my channel should be right there. Like I don't.
Where's your channel?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yep, there it is. So Froggo, do you want to start or?
Hang on. Can you just point me?
Hold on.
Oh,
it's on my it's on my profile on Discord.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, it's on your profile. Okay, I can do that. That's easier. There we go.
It also has my Discord link. So, anyways, it should be on
Yeah,
there.
here we go. Here we go.
These are all actual tweets from Grace Randolph herself.
I certainly want Mr. Davidson, who has Tourette's, to have a nice life, but that anyone would defend Jordan and Lindo going up in front of their peers in a professional setting on television and have to be called a racist slur is ridiculous. No matter how Tourette's work, good wording there, Grace. That the vast of subjective Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo to that is outrageous and shameful. This was handled so poorly. Footage is forever, and also this man Davidson will have to deal with the horrible fallout as well. So I wonder if she goes to like people who were lobotomized and go like, "Hey, why don't you speak words clearly? You fucking idiot."
Yeah, like it makes it funnier if I imagine it in Grace Randolph's obnoxious ass voice.
No matter how Tourette's works, it's like
that fake ass like I don't even know how to
Bronx
describe it.
Accent.
Like
yeah,
like Jersey or Bronx accent.
Jersey Valley girl. Like
I certainly want Mr. Davidson, who has Tourette's, to have a nice life.
It's like it's hilarious that like she is so engrossed in her bubble of like having this privilege of being a like being someone who's into industry and like she grew up with the the very progressive like third wave feminism as it was, and she has this thinking of like being offended on someone else's behalf. It's like, but the problem is you're not doing it right.
She should have stayed in her bubble.
Well, she still is there.
I guess. I mean, the thing is, this is technically still her bubble. Like
exactly, yeah.
No, I mean, like, she should have stayed in there and never come out. She never should have subjected the rest of us normal people to her opinions.
So,
Oh,
so
well.
Vic,
Worse than death, I would think.
so Vic, if you can wait till the next one comes up.
Oh no.
This is number 2. This is the next one on her timeline that I saw. Oh, I
Alright,
can
just
read it since it's a
give
little
it a
bit
second.
stretched, I guess. Tourette's means
Yeah.
no filter, which means this man thought it. Despicable. The BAFTAs out here making fools of themselves in the entertainment industry. Like, oh my gosh, Grace, did you realize what you just said? It's involuntary. Like, you moron.
Grace, you stupid cunt. Do you not understand? Do you not understand how Tourette's work for anybody?
So, and it says, and she's quote tweeting somebody, and like, or if that's quote tweet is the right word for it. Like BAFTA's host Alan Cumming delivered a message after the ceremony was interrupted by Tourette's campaigner John Davidson yelling the N-word while Michael B. Jordan and David Lindo were on stage. You must have noticed some strong language in the background there. It's like, yeah. So the thing is, though, if some things about this, if he was, if this was any other, like in any other skin color versus another, I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
No, we really wouldn't. They're only going after him because he's a white guy.
Yep.
Which is again still like really sad because it's like I'm pretty sure the guy isn't at all racist. It's just that Tourette's is a
No, it's
bitch
Tourette's
to deal with. It really
Yeah.
is. Tourette's is just annoying from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Seen.
2, the movie it's based on, which is his life, he gets beat up, thrown out of schools because of this condition. Because
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
receive a reward.
goes to jail
Receive an award.
because of his condition. And it's like, oh, and then he's there to like, he gets invited there, and it's like he has Tourette's. Oh, crap. And then he leaves on his own way because people didn't like him when he was walking out. It's
Well,
like,
it's not even that people didn't like him while he was walking out. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
I think it was, people didn't like
Just
it that
going
someone
off-
said the N-word and they weren't happy.
Just going off what I heard, he left because he's like, oh shit, I had
a tick,
I had a
a loud
tick,
tick.
and
Yeah.
I had a tick, and they're just gonna keep happening, so I might as well, leave before they get really bad.
Yeah.
Number 3 is that like the people sitting by him, he was doing ticks all night and they were understanding. In fact, most
Yeah.
of the people are pretty understanding about this, and you know who didn't make a big deal out of it? These 2 people.
Yeah, like Jordan and Delroy were just like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
Well, it's not during the time it happened on stage. They could have stopped, but no, they went on. It's like the show must go on, which is a very professional thing to do.
Yeah.
So, and here she got community noted this time. It is crucial to understand that these words are complex phrases do not necessarily reflect thoughts, beliefs, or opinions of the person who did it. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much Tourette's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like awesome. But she's not done yet.
Of course
I'm
she
not done yet.
Nope.
Of course she
Um,
isn't. She has to
Suddenly,
her own
hello.
foot.
So Vic, I want you to take this one actually. This one is easier to read.
Okay, so
I have to wait for it to pop up.
yeah, I'm waiting for it.
It is behind. There it is. It should be up now.
There we go.
Mhm.
So back to Mr. Davidson. Considering he knew this was a horrible word, he shouted out uncontrollably. He should have done everything he could to keep this from happening.
What?
And it's a telling he voluntarily left the event after this, as he, on his own accord, could tell what he had done was horrible. Of course, Mr. Davidson deserves to attend a ceremony where a film about it.
Doesn't sound
it?
like it,
About
Grace.
him? or a film about Tourette's, I guess, is being celebrated. But
Yeah.
as he preaches understanding and responsibility, I wish he had demonstrated those same things himself last night.
Oh my
Wow.
And then
gosh.
the readers added context. People with Tourette's syndrome are
Yes.
unable to control what they say. Grace is claiming he could have controlled what he said. Tourette's syndrome causes involuntary verbal tics that are not
Mm-hmm.
controllable, intentional, or reflection of the individual's beliefs.
Ugh.
It's like he should have kept this from happening. Can you imagine how funny it would be if like people with
Person in a
Tourette's have like a
wheelchair.
imagine people with Tourette's have like a premonition of the word they're gonna say and they're like trying to stop themselves like
Yeah.
no, don't say the N-word.
Don't.
Thank you for telling people with like genuine mental issues or any issues of
Physical ailments of any
this,
kind. Yeah.
yeah, physical elements of any kind to control themselves. You fucking bitch.
Yeah. It's
Dumb whore.
Oh Jesus, let's not go that far.
retard.
Dude, the Grace Randolph sees someone with like clinical depression and goes, "Hey, you, stop being depressed."
Hey, you, be happy.
She probably would.
Hey, you, be happy.
She probably would.
Oh, that's the thing though. Like, and she says, he's from happening. It's almost like she didn't want him to attend, and then she says, "Well,
think
he
she
has
did.
a right to attend. So which is it?" It's like you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Grace,
Uh
Grace,
Oh,
just
Grace. Fucking
just
Grace.
stop talking
Anyways,
for the rest of time, please.
It's
There's
so
more.
funny. Just I
Of
think
course
what
there
makes
is.
me laugh so much really is just the lack of like understanding. It's like she
Mhm.
didn't even bother to actually look up the nature of Tourette's. Like it's the whole thing is that the whole point of Tourette's is that it's uncontrollable. You don't get to decide what your Tourette's makes you say. It just happens, and you have to deal with the consequences of whatever you unfortunately said. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no,
Here
It's
you
so
go.
dramatic. Oh
not,
no.
Here you
not
go,
the
Vic.
Burger King. Not the
And
Burger
this
King.
is why John Davidson's uncontrollable but unfortunately unfortunately action. Um,
Unfortunately, action.
it's uncontrollable but unfortunate action and intentional lack of apology for using that word on a global
Mhm.
toxic channels like this one using it to promote their own hate and biases. I don't know what it's like. Oh, there's show more.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
And
know what it's like to.
I gotta love it when she says, it's like you need to apologize. It's like, no, he doesn't. I'm
This whole
sorry.
tweet is an unfortunately action.
Yeah, it's unfortunate
Grace
term of
Randolph's birth
events.
is unfortunately action.
This is her comment section on her video after this is even worse. Like if
Well, were
people
they
are just
actually like
roasting
also
her.
playing defense for her, or were were they
No, they're
roasting her, or
not.
were they
Most
like,
people are like burning her because it's like you made
oh,
fun
thank you,
of
thank you.
you made fun of a person who can't help it. Like it again, that's like someone who can't walk, in a certain way because there's something wrong with their brain. It's
Yeah,
like,
like they
why
have a
don't you
club
walk
foot.
straight? Huh? Walk normal.
Yeah, it's like why don't you walk like a normal person? And the guy's like clubfoot, and he's just like
Yeah, it's like
I
it's like
it's like well.
now I
Oh,
know
why don't
why
you
she didn't
do
understand
that?
Joker. It's like
It's like looking at someone who's missing their fucking legs and just going, "Oh, why don't you stand up?"
emotional damage. Alcohol shakes Baptist. Dr. Tourette's guy yells N-word. Dr. Randolph responds.
Dr. Red.
Oh man. And
Ah, dude.
I love it. He gives him a Burger King crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just
That's
how
I think that's
Elron.
I think that's Galad. Is that Elrond?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Elrond
I-
from Rings of Power.
Yes,
I
that's
thought
the
that was-
same guy.
Galadriel, because the face looks a lot like Galadriel.
No,
No.
I thought that was Galadriel's like brother.
No,
No,
that's
Rings of Power.
no, that's Rings of Power Elron. It's the same
Are you
guy.
sure?
It's the same guy who has this. It's the same guy.
Oh yeah, because he plays the character who has Tourette's.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, how unfortunate for him.
Oh, Oh, wait. Oh, Elrond's ring. Okay, it took me longer than I would care to admit to put that together. Elrond's actor is also playing the guy in like the documentary about his life.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Oh
yeah. He
God.
plays the guy who has like
Which
Tourette's.
is
This
There-
poor fucker.
there are so many. Here's the thing. You thought I think it's just Grace. It's really not. It
No,
is.
it isn't. It's
It is a
so
lot
much.
of people, who are sort of doing this thing, and they are people who are supposed to have empathy, but they do not, because it's a it's a true statement that it's a white guy saying a forbidden word. It's like that's
Forbidden
that's
word.
that's what it comes down to, and it's horrible, man.
Give me a sec.
Anyways, let's get to the actual reason we're here is character discussion.
Let me switch
With
back over to
Alan
watch
Moore.
together.
Yeah, we will be, because that was just a slice. I'm probably gonna slice that in half and record that and put it as a mini, because that was neat. Let's see. So, it should be full screen. Let me see if it's working or not. It is. Cool. Sorry. I'm just making sure things work. I want to see if it pulls up or not. All right. So, what do you guys know about Alan Moore?
I know he's a jackass.
I know. Wow.
Hold on there.
I know that he is the guy who wrote Killing Joke, right?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
I know he wrote Watchmen.
I thought that
Yeah.
was Frank Miller who wrote the Killing Joke.
No. Frank Miller did
Returns,
The Dark
Returns,
Knight
yeah.
and Dark Knight
which is good
Returns.
shit.
Yeah. Here it is. Novel by Alan Moore. So yeah,
Okay,
it is,
that's fine.
Yeah.
He also made V for Vendetta, which is also really good.
Yeah, I do know that he did.
I don't care for that much.
I do know he did the Killing Joke, and I believe wasn't he like ashamed of that story later down in his life or something?
Which one? I'm sorry.
Killing Joke.
I don't know.
I can see Alan Moore maybe not liking that story, considering his
His
sensibilities
opinions.
as a writer and his like own beliefs.
So
Yeah.
but in this one, no, this is the BBC Masterclass sort of thing section on Alan Moore, and so I'm like, I thought it was
Not
really
at the
interesting from like the
BBC.
first minute. I was like, that's interesting to talk about. So it's like, cool. Let's go on a little bit.
You
This
can
could be interesting.
imagine a whole range of alternate personalities for yourself. You can inhabit the characters rather
what
than
the fuck?
seeing them as
Look at
another
those
person.
socks.
What? I'm sorry.
Look at those socks.
Yeah, those
Oh.
are very. Those are
Are those like African
they just
nation
look like
socks? What are those?
No, those are just green and yellow socks.
Green, yellow, and black. And I'm like, all right.
just look at this entire outfit. This is like eccentric madman who lives
You
in
know
his
what?
basement.
He's a hipster.
Yeah.
Look at this hipster. Like, so, anyways,
Like he
okay, forget the outfit real quick. We're gonna go over that again.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A whole range of alternate personalities for yourself. You can inhabit the characters rather than seeing them as another person. I mean, ideally, all of the characters in your story are yourself.
That's an interesting premise, because I agree and disagree with that. To say that all the characters are you, because you want to separate
You need to think about
different characters that you write from a different perspective that is not your own. Because like not all of them are going to be you, but also you're right about what you know, which is basically all the characters are reflections of what you are as a person put on the page.
Yeah.
Or what you know about, or what like the experiences you've had. You know?
Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah.
there's concept of a character and how you empathize with them when you create one, or from other people. Because like the whole point is like when they make characters is that they're supposed to sympathize with them from a basic standpoint of like a human, you know.
Yeah.
I
We
think what
are
I can glean from that is more he's able to kind of put himself into the shoes of each of the characters he writes. So even if he doesn't really
Hmm.
believe what they believe, he can sort of write what he believes they could say.
Yeah, as like it's really
The shoes
I
of
think
like
that's why it's really
the
good.
fascist leader
Oh.
and V for Vendetta,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of put himself in the position of what would he do? What kind of personality would he have?
Um, dang it, I forgot. uh,
told that all of the characters in our dreams are us, and that is obviously true. And the same goes for our stories. You are going to be inhabiting these characters, and you want to do it with conviction.
you're inhabiting the characters and have to do it with conviction. Huh.
Yeah, I can actually kind of agree with that. You kind of have to write the characters as like as you would believe them to be.
Yeah.
You kind of need to commit. You do need to commit to the character instead of half-assing them.
Yeah, it's I do kind of agree with that because it's the opposite of like sort of video game, mainstream video game, or like a mainstream sort of movie. They make them all witty and lethargic, uh, or whatever. It's sort of like this you know, like they're all kind of like their bosses watching them all the time. It's like they're not allowed to be human. They're just copy and paste with different skin tones or like and genders and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you
where
are
it's just the
trying to
same character over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing: you can do that and still have them be very different people. It's sort of like I think the for from a template perspective, you could do that, but it would be a lot harder. Instead of making drastic characters, I think the beginning of Firefly is a really good example of like you have like 12 characters that are just so very different, but like but within a small amount of time, you know what they're all about. It's very efficient script.
convince your readers that these are real people. So let them be real people. This is if you're creating.
I actually agree with that a lot. I don't like it when like I see like a procedural show. What I forget what it's called. Like the night after night on like ABC, they have like the cop show, and it's like they're not allowed to be too edgy, and they're like restrained by like censorship. I'm not saying they should go around and say cuss words all the time or like and all that stuff. We'll get something like The Boys, and that becomes inauthentic in itself because of the message they want to get across instead of them being characters. But like, it's almost like they're stopped from being like human beings. Instead, it's a vehicle for like the story they want to tell only, instead of letting them be themselves.
Characters. Of course, sometimes you might be writing about a genuine historical individual. That is a slightly different process. It will still need all of that empathy and understanding, but you will be accomplishing most of it through research.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Most historical characters are going to need context for what they do, even if you're doing it like an. I remember there was this anime called like Alexander. It's about Alexander the Emperor or whatever. He went across the land, conquering everything, and it's like it's so out there, but it's the same premise of like he ruled the world. Like he went to conquer, stuff like that.
Yep.
which is probably as good a place as any to mention the importance of research and the importance of coming to love it. Don't think of it as homework. Don't think of it as you surrounded by piles of dusty books, although in my experience that is pretty much what will happen.
Yeah, that's true. I've done
like that.
research for like
Mm-hmm.
I've done research for like early drafts I wrote. I never like
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of research because I was trying to like do historical stuff, and it is a lot of work. It is a lot of either dusty books or just a lot of like open tabs on your computer,
Mm-hmm.
going through different sources of historical information and really invariant.
Mm-hmm. I've done very
Or just
little
research
research
with
at this
stuff
point.
like mythology, or just
Oh.
stuff with like researching mythology and stuff. It's like it's a very fun process, and I think
It
yeah,
can be,
I
yeah.
get where he's coming from. Where it's like it can maybe come across as homework for some people, like especially example of someone's like adapting or writing fan fiction for like another property. Like example, if I wrote fan fiction about Harry Potter, I would need to go out of my way to kind of just look up everything about the world building and maybe see what I can change or see what I can change without going too
Mm-hmm.
overboard. Or same thing if I wrote a fan fiction about Game of Thrones. There's a
Well,
lot of research there. There's a lot of like work
yes,
there. So
it's almost like the amount of research also depends on the world that you want to
yeah,
do.
it really does depend. Like example, if I wrote something with 40K, I'd go all in. I'd go all in. I'd have everything open. I'd have everything open. I'd be checking and double
Mm-hmm.
checking.
Well, that's because like there's fan fiction and there's fan fiction, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Which is just like it's
Yeah.
funny you mentioned Harry Potter, which is like I keep thinking of My Immortal, which is one of the worst stories
Oh
ever
god.
told.
Oh god.
Um,
Oh god.
it's like it's kind of funny. It's
Ugh.
like she gets really mad in the middle of the story because like it's I've read your comments and I don't like them and I did it. Okay, see, he's in character now. And it's like okay. It's
I
really,
remember My Immortal. That was infamous.
oh man, and it's sort of like or Jack the Killer and his wife. It's freaking dumb.
I'm
And
sorry.
oh yeah, oh so Jack the Killer is the creepypasta. There's someone who wrote a
Oh,
fan
Jeff the Killer,
fiction
yeah.
about the self-insert and Jeff the Killer
I
as his
still need
wife.
to. That
Yeah.
reminds me, I still need to check out fucking
Mm-hmm.
Creepcast video on Jane the Killer because I hear they
Yeah,
absolutely
Jane.
lose their. I hear they absolutely lose their shit over that story.
It's so nonsensical. And Jack the Killer, right? Am I thinking of the right one?
Jeff. It's
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff the Killer.
It's
Yeah,
Jeff.
Jack.
Jeff.
I don't know
My
why I
name's
thought
Jeff.
of Jack Skeleton as Jeff the Killer. So, anyways, yeah. So that's already a bad story. So,
But the thing is, if you can learn to enjoy your research, learn to love expanding your information about something, then that will reap incredible benefits. At some point during your writing career, you will.
I'm sorry to let that hang, but like like I started trying to say before, I was when I started writing the characters for the comic or whatever, I was like, okay, I need to make sure that like certain things that I want to do is still like possible. Because I'm like, what's the Old West? Like how far does that go? And like, what was the military like? And what would happen if they mixed in like old England with that? Because there's going to be places where like the fantasy element was, or the medieval element is still alive. So like, how would they? It's almost like bullets were guns were invented just to stand a chance against spellcasters in a way. So it's like you always think about these sort of things when like building a world from the ground up, and like you have your main document so you never lose anything. It's like
Oh yeah.
so it's like it's really is necessary.
Oh hell yeah.
Probably be called upon to create characters that are not only beyond your experience as a human being, but potentially beyond anybody's experience as a human being. There are
What does it mean beyond anyone else's experience as a human being?
I'm guessing one of the characters I think that most resonates with that is Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan as a character is beyond anyone's experience. Dr.
Which,
Manhattan is a
mhm.
character that is both omniscient and omnipresent. He exists in the past, present, and future, and pretty much kind of knows everything, but because of how apathetic he is as a character, because of the fact that he knows everything, he's become apathetic. He's become genuinely kind of uncaring of humanity, and because he's seen all the breadth of humanity, he just stopped caring. He's
um,
that's why you have that scene where he's like, "I'm tired of this world," and he just leaves. He just leaves.
the thing is though, it's like it still comes from like what would happen from a certain experience that you would have that reaction. So it's not really beyond that. It's
I mean, I guess when he says
mhm.
beyond, it's like it's stuff that people have never actually experienced. It's this idea that
Okay.
it's an experience that people have just never had because do you know anyone who is omnipresent and omniscient?
God.
Yeah, I mean beyond like,
uh,
kind of religious figures and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. It's well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what I think superheroes allows us to do. It's like no human has ever flew into the stratosphere by themselves on their own power. It's like that's quite interesting. You know.
Yeah. So I get
For
what he
instance,
means about that character's beyond your like experience, or at least it's, like, an
Mhm.
experience that you could never have, normally.
How do you gravitate that toward a sympathetic experience? Well, because like how would people react to that? You would have different points of view about that sort of power and how it's used. Like it just goes on and on and on because a lot of stuff that happens when you're right is just cause and effect about how the
Yeah.
human condition is.
Yeah. How do people behave? How do people react to
Hmm.
certain things?
Hmm.
And react. It's like, and there's like a thing I always mention, or I often talk about with some of my friends, is that when I talk about what would be the logical or rational thing for a person to do, is that everyone has a rationale, meaning there's
Hmm.
always a reason they do what they do.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, but emotions are like illogical. So it's like the thing is, there's still a rationale behind emotional action. A person who finds a person who killed their parents would probably make the emotional decision to kill that person or
Yep.
badly hurt the person out of that emotional feeling. There's still a rationale there. It's not There's a logic there, not like computer logic as we would understand it. Why would you do the things you do? Oh, because I'm angry. Oh, because I
Question
feel this
or
righteous need to
mhm.
kind of like enact like vengeance or justice. It's like that's what I mean by rationale, and that's the kind of same thing here with characters like Doctor Manhattan, where it's like, why would Doctor Manhattan be this kind of person? Why is he so apathetic? Why is he so
Mhm.
uncaring? It's like, oh, it's because he's seen everything. It's because he's seen the past, present, and future. He's seen what happens to
a
people, and he just doesn't care anymore.
He's
Why would he change anything?
a big oh
enough.
sorry.
He's grown beyond humanity's ability to understand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of like the coolest part about it's kind of what makes Dr. Manhattan such a tragic figure, in that Dr. Manhattan used to be a good person. Dr. Manhattan used to be a brilliant scientist. And then that the very thing that turned him into this larger than life figure also completely disconnected him from his humanity.
Um, the thing I was like, when you thought of like kill the parents, the thing I thought about part 5 of JoJo's is when there's two different perspectives, or I should just say there's three different perspectives. There's the kid has the gun, there's Jorno watching the kid have the gun, and then there's the guy who killed his, and then there's the guy who killed the kid's parents. I mean his dad or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like they all have a position, on that sort of thing. um I don't want to explain it just in case for spoilers, but like what if that kid with the gun went to the guy instead and hugged him instead? He's like he's just confused. Well, we don't know that the dad was actually a really bad person and he was like, thank you, like I'm glad he's dead. It's like, whoa. It's like, so again, it's all based off like we don't sometimes you can have the other emotional experience that's extreme, you know.
Yep.
Based on the rationale, I mean.
Example, at the shallow end, you've got insane or psychopathic characters that you might need to write. But there's also supernatural characters, animals, alien life forms, all sorts of extraordinary imaginary beings.
Yeah, he's definitely talking about like Dr. Manhattan is a good example because he's
Yeah.
definitely talking about him, and like that is sort of true. When we write, like even low down as like fantasy, even high fantasy, where it's less about the um like Game of Thrones or like Lord of the Rings. It's like there's still fancy elements that like crop up, but it's not the main focus. Instead, it's the sword and shield that gets most things done. Like
Yep.
there's still things you have to perceive about that world that's going to be out of the out of the norm of ours. Thank you, chickens.
Or even in my own case, severed heads on spikes.
Oh my.
I remember that in my novel Voice of the Fire, I had a chapter about one of the gunpowder plotters who all came from Northampton, or at least that was where the gunpowder plot was actually plotted. I had one of
Is that the idea for V for Vendetta or something? Like that's
Well, no. V for Vendetta is technically about one of the people. It's inspired by the story of one of the who did attempt the gunpowder plot, which was Guy Fawkes. And V from V for Vendetta used the face of Guy Fawkes as kind of the symbol of rebellion.
yeah.
them.
But he did eventually make a
Make a what?
which was about which is technically his own like kind of fictionalized retelling of kind of the gunpowder plot.
Who had been the one who had informed upon the other gunpowder plotters, and for providing these services to the authorities, he was allowed to die of a horrible disease in the Tower of London and wasn't actually burnt to death like his fellows such as Guy Fawkes and the others.
Yeah, he is talking about V. Oh, neat.
Well, yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. I don't know much about that book, so I don't know.
V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta is really cool. It's a really cool graphic novel. I have a physical copy. It's quite good.
Where it's like I understand that like he did the research on the historical presidents and he made his own retelling of it in this like fascist world and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, you could go to extremes and still have it make sense. And oh my gosh, they're really active today.
Oh yeah, they're really chatty today.
And so, I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah. Well, he's talking about the idea of you have no idea what this thing is. Do research, and it's like, and then from that research, you can do a lot of things. I think sort of like Resistance Fall of Man is one of my favorite examples to go through like alternate World War IIs. Because like you add
Resistance is awesome.
You add alien weapons in this chimera invasion that just takes all over like not only like the USSR as it was called, and it also takes over Europe. It's like criminy Christmas. And then the United States soldiers like no idea what's going on, and then you get like it's supposed to be D-Day. It's like, nah, man, you get screwed. It's like it's really cool. Anyways, like so you take like a historical event and then you change it like to your own fitting without changing the with still making sense to what you wanted to do.
But Francis Tresham's head was put on a spike at the end of Sheep Street in Northampton so that we could all go and look at it. I wasn't around personally at that time. And in my novel Voice of the Fire, I thought it might be quite interesting to have a whole story told from the point of view of a decomposing head on a spike.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's definitely interesting.
Yeah, because I'm like,
that's definitely an Alan Moore thing. That's definitely something he would do.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't mind that. It's sort of like a lot of shows, movies. I should say a lot of shows do this, where it's like you get a character's point of view that's just nobody really cared about, and that's why they're really good at point of view. Um, like Buffy did this with this. It's called the Zeppo, and the Zeppo means like the useless guy, and it's about this guy who sees everything going on, and he's not involved in the main plot. In fact, the main plot goes on while he has his own side adventure, and it somehow interlinks with the other plot, the main plot, but it's you don't get to see that.
I remember a movie I watched. It's a very fascinating Nick Cage movie called Lord of War,
Oh
which is
yeah,
about an
yeah.
actual
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
runner.
You
And
keep
there's
cutting out a
the
little bit.
opening of the sorry.
It's
The
cool.
opening of the movie. The opening of the movie is from the perspective of I think an AK bullet. It's a
Oh yeah,
self-adjusting
yeah,
bullet,
yeah, yeah.
and it
That's the
goes
very
through like the
beginning. Yeah.
manufacturing process
Mm-hmm.
and through like the trading and constant exchanging, all for the bullet to be chambered into an AK and fired into the body of an African child soldier.
It's yeah because
It's like holy shit,
you just don't
and
know
it
what
tells you
happens.
how where these guns
Oh,
come from,
in fact,
how long with the journey of like these bullets.
I have another movie example, War Horse. Such a
Oh
great
yeah,
example.
War
War
Horse
Horse
is
is
great.
very good.
Yeah.
Monuments Men is also a good example. They're just trying to get art pieces back. It's about their little journey to get it back from Russia before they burn it. Like uh really cool. Anyways.
There's
So
an
you
episode
have
of
to think.
Supernatural that's from the point of view of the car.
Oh yeah, what yeah, that's a WB staple, I think. Where they have like a thing. Of course, Supernatural stole a lot of stuff from Joss Whedon.
Eh, I don't know.
But
You guys talking about like
mhm,
parts of movies or just stuff from the point of view of non-human characters
mhm.
reminded me of that.
Dude,
Yeah, some good
in
shit.
fact, I was watching Gumball, which has been recommended by Froggo, and there's one from Richard the dad, and it's narrated by his car. Like, it's
Huh.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's a parody of Conan the Barbarian. Like, it's called Car Tax after art.
Yeah, it,
Yeah.
it's basically narrated by
Mhm.
what we think is just an old person, but then we figure out later that it is his car.
Which,
Uh,
which is nicknamed after Artrax, the horse from the Neverending Story. Like,
I remember I
mhm.
remember all the All Quiet on the Western Front
Ooh,
reboot movie
I need to see that.
had a scene, it had a sequence where a soldier like died in like the trenches, and then it had a whole montage of his uniform being stripped off of him, cleaned,
Hmm.
and then put on like a factory thing to be given to the next person to wear the uniform.
Mm. That's really
Like almost like a meat grinder of
oh yeah,
uniforms
that's
and
definitely like
weapons.
human life means nothing. It's like
Yeah, it's a really cool scene from that movie.
mhm. Anyways, enough of really cool scenes from movies and shows, and let's talk about this
Back to the
old man
discussion.
who looks like he went to sleep. Like and comment.
What would that experience be like? Now, of course, that experience doesn't exist. Severed heads on spikes are not actually conscious, or at least I really, really hope they're not. But in my story, I was thinking, okay, I'm a severed head on a spike. Probably my brains have long since disintegrated.
You know what I'm thinking of? Like Mimir. Like, man, severed
uh,
head
Severed head.
Yeah.
on a waist. It's like, what would you
Redacted
think? Yeah. Anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Redacted has told me about this before. There was apparently a novel retelling of Combat Evolved Halo,
Hmm.
and
Oh, nice.
apparently you do get the perspective of Captain Keyes as he's being a part of the biomass for the flood.
Mm,
And I personally haven't read it, but I've always found that
that's
as an
horrific.
interesting idea.
Hmm.
I found that as an interesting idea to explore what it's like to be thinking while being part of the flood's biomass.
Specifically, it's about him slowly realizing, oh shit, I'm part of this horrific thing. They must never find Earth.
The other, it's kind of funny. There's a script out there. I don't, I'm not sure if it's official or not from the creators of the thing, uh, the John Carpenter version, but like somebody wrote that from the thing's perspective. Like, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That sounds neat.
Hmm.
So uh, I still need to continue reading them, but I noticed that a big difference between Overlord the novel and Overlord the anime is that the novel seems to like the idea of more of exploring the thought process behind Einzelgone, and the things that and the decisions he has to make, or the things he has his own opinions about. Like and Einzelgone is in this world a skeleton.
Yes.
Of course, it's a sort of an isekai thing, so he is part human, I think. But uh, in the beginning of the story, we pretty much get his perspective all about him exploring Nazareth and thinking all about uh, his comrades, and feeling ashamed at the fact that his comrades have all moved on while he's still, you know, gripping on to this
Mhm.
game and everything about it. And the thought process of a character is really important, especially if you're writing a book, because you can explore all sorts of emotions and ideas that these people are having, because characters obviously have their own opinions, and you have to pro- you have to project what you think this character would feel.
Um, a lot of it's kind of funny. People don't like the idea of just people having like conversations, but like that's how you create instant drama. You have two people with two different opinions, and you have them talk. It's really that simple. But,
Yeah.
also in a book type scenario, you can do exposition a lot easier because like you always know the thought processes of each character as they move or do something at the author's will. Like it's
Yeah, that's why that's for me. That's why when I look at like the Dune Denis Villeneuve movies, and then
you're cutting out a lot.
oh sorry,
Hmm.
but it's why when I look back at like the Dune movies by Denis Villeneuve, and I go back to like the books, especially the first and second book, and even like the third and fourth book, I'm still like very much like blown away by how much detail and how introspective the books are about the experience of being omnipresent, of like the experience of being like omniscient like Paul, or
Hmm.
having that level of like future sight, and how haunting that future sight is.
Oh,
Who?
Xbox.
What was that?
That was the Xbox award system. I think that
No,
was
that was
Vic.
Steam. That was my
Oh,
Steam.
Steam.
That was
Yeah,
my Steam.
Steam.
What
And it's
What are
something
you
like
doing?
Vic held a speech.
I'm
Reward.
downloading games, okay?
No, no,
Okay.
no. Vic got an award for having a speech. Yeah. Anyways.
There'll just be
Sure,
a
that's what
few
happened.
clinging relics around the inside of my skull. What if one of them were to start itching? What would I do? Perhaps I would contrive to rock my skull back and forward slightly upon the spike so that the spike could scratch and relieve the itch. What sort of things would I be thinking if I were a severed head on a spike? I wouldn't be able to actually see anything, would I? Because the birds would have had my eyes. So I would be able to hear things, though. I mean, actually, this is all nonsense. They would have had my ears as well. But for the purposes of my
Well, just because they have your ears doesn't mean you don't hear anything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like your actual organ that allows you to hear is deeper in your head. So
Well, if we're going so far as to
mhm.
have a story from the perspective of a severed head, I'm sure you could come up with some contrived way to like, oh, I can see without my eyes, I can hear without my ears,
Well, I would.
because it's just
Mhm.
because it's just like a spirit possessing the head or something. I'm sure you could come up with some reason
Mhm.
to to do that, just some hand wavy explanation for it.
I wonder if there's like an idea, like, maybe the birds haven't made it to you yet, and there's a bunch of severed heads, and he's like, oh, it might be me next, like and stuff like that. It's like maybe it wouldn't be so bad if they picked at me. Maybe I would actually die, or like maybe I'd have some company, you know, like stuff like that. I wonder if that would be like after a while just get really dull, like.
it probably would be kind of
Mhm.
dull.
My story. I was sort of thinking, yeah, you've got a very limited position for looking at things, but if you can make it seem realistic, if you can imagine yourself into that space, then you will make it a real and unrepeatable experience for your readers as well.
That's interesting thing to say because like you're still writing it from your own perspective as he said earlier, but it's also like you're putting yourself in the shoes of somebody else and also separating it from you. So it's like I think both are one of the same sort of thing where it's like it's still you writing it, but you're trying so hard not to connect it to yourself.
Yeah, like you're trying to separate it because this is a separate character, so you're trying your best
Mhm.
to allow the reader to just see the character and just not your handwriting.
Oh, I didn't think about this, but I hope it doesn't get copyrighted because BBC is really horrible with that. Uh,
So, yeah, that's one form of extreme character. In general,
mm,
when you are dealing with characters, it is advisable to always listen to your characters, to allow them their integrity,
mm.
to allow them to have their way in terms of the narrative. If there's something that that character seems to really want to do,
That's okay. Well, that depends on what I want him to do. Like, my character Avril is a paladin. I'm not gonna have her like massacre a town. It's not gonna happen because
Yeah, there.
that'd be really against her character. Like, so it's like, but like but if I was being like trying to argue for it, I'd be like, well, if she wants to protect people and she does it any way possible, then she's not going to be stopped because that's what she would do anyways. And to let them be that way and suffer the cause and effect and the consequences of it, like, but there's also the reward of just doing what she needs to do.
I mean, you could contrive, or you could actually write a way for a paladin to do something that horrid.
Oh, absolutely. But what I mean is like just full on massacre. It's like
Well,
just
yeah, like I
yeah.
think that my favorite one is Warcraft 3. When
Mhm.
Arthas realizes that everyone in that town in
Mhm.
Stratham is like infected with like this illness, this plague that'll turn them into ghouls, and he realizes there's no other way. And even though like the woman he loves and his mentor both like turn away from him, he decides to make the hard decision to massacre the whole town, no matter how much it disturbs him, no matter how much it fucks with him. It's the action he believes is the only way to protect neighboring towns.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying you couldn't do that. What I'm saying is like the way I sort of put it in my head, it's like it's just like it's almost like a switch is flipped. That type of thing. It's like no, she wouldn't do that. She like, but then if you were like under mind control, or if it's like, or if there's some kind of greater good, which you could which would take a long time to get up to. Like it wouldn't just be flip on a dime, you know, like type of thing. It would have to make sense in motivation and in story plot and character. Because like that's how we get writers of today who don't really care about the continuity of their stories, and that really bothers me.
I mean, yeah, continuity is a big thing, and a lot of them don't really. Either they don't care or they don't do enough.
Yeah, they don't do enough.
Continuity actually matter.
Like sometimes
They
people
don't do
will,
enough.
sometimes people will make mistakes. My favorite show, Yu Yu Hakusho, makes mistakes about the plot, but in character, but I can tell he's really trying to pull this out, even though it's rushed at the end. He's like, I'm gonna try to make this make sense. I can tell there's integrity there, what he's trying to do with his characters. Like, and have them be on their
Yeah.
path that he wanted them to go on. It's just really fast. So I like that effort instead of just, quitting.
Yeah, it's like you work your way there, and if you write yourself into a corner, maybe just rewrite the whole section if you really end up
Mhm.
writing yourself into a corner.
Well, that's what
It's one of those things where it's
revising
like
and stuff like that does.
yeah, that's what redrafts are. That's
Yes.
what redrafting's for.
Well, it's also peer reviews. That's also a thing. Like,
Oh yeah, having your
Mhm.
friends just check your stuff out. It's like that's really
Mhm.
important.
I really should do that. I'm sorry for people who are disappointed in my latest video. So, but still, at least people said like, well, at least your points made sense. I'm like, well, that's good.
Then probably let them do it. Yeah, always listen to your characters, always allow them their complete integrity. And basically, no matter how horribly the narrative will call for you to treat them, then allow them that integrity.
That's an interesting thing to say. Because like
That's an interesting perspective to have.
because it's
It's
like
like no matter how much you probably think the narrative should treat them like an asshole, remember that while the narrative treats them that way, don't do the same to them.
I was thinking of the
Values.
opposite, I think, where it's like if it would if the story says it should lead them down a dark path, allow them to go along the dark path instead of just doing what they're just pulling them out of it like a magic trick. It's like the narrative literally, like the author picks them up and puts them back on the right, quote unquote, righteous path or something. It's like, no, like if they have integrity, then like their decision should lead up to this. It reminds me of like the Hill House ending. It's like the author pulled them out of a bad situation and like made them
when
good
everything in the
people.
story said otherwise. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's not spoil too much because Froggo is.
I know,
Froggo
but
hasn't
still,
seen
I'm
Hill
like,
House
I have to
fully.
mention something where it's like,
But I really do like.
yeah.
But I like the concept. Yeah.
I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like another example, but going in the opposite direction, would be Daenerys with Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah,
she-
where
How she
they
kind of
had every option to keep her as a character with dignity and integrity. Like, the whole thing of Missandei would never want you to do this. All those people you cared about would never want you
He got
to go down
but
this
she
path.
got
They want you to be
rejected.
righteous.
or
Yeah, they want you to be down this righteous path, and instead the writers went the bitch route and
Well,
went,
that's
"Oh,
because
let's just make her go
that's because it
insane."
was subversive. It's like,
or they could have
thanks.
or they could have actually properly built up either built up her growing madness, or
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe incorporated Jorah's grayscale into it, and had her response to an outbreak being her setting the city on fire.
I love the Mahler visual of that, where it's like, if she was really angry, she should have just destroyed the keep, and that still would have caused collateral damage.
Yeah.
But like, and then it's like you went down the list of things she could have done, and then it says, no, this is what she did. She did it worse than all of those. Like,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of need to make your characters do a character-based decision. Don't just make them do what the story wants them to do. Make them do what you would think they would do. Like, what kind of character decision would they make?
the
there's things of
established
like, oh, why would
character
they
that
do
you
that?
put
That's a
them
lot-
through.
Yeah.
Like, if you establish him to be a good person, then he shouldn't react in the opposite direction, you know?
I think my favorite thing of this is Punisher and Daredevil in Daredevil season 2, where
Yay!
Daredevil tries so hard to get Punisher to like be a better person, and by the end of the season, Punisher is like, "No, I can't do that. I can't be this good person you want me to be because there's just so much more out there that I need to do. There's so much more people that deserve killing." That I can't be the hero that Daredevil is. I can't be the good father that I was because all of that is gone.
It takes a lot for a
So he
character
takes
to
like the
change, you
he
know?
takes the path of violence,
Mhm.
and I love that. I love that throughout this entire season they try so hard to give Punisher the benefit of the doubt,
Excuse me.
and at the end of it, Punisher's like, I can't. I love that he at the end of it he's just like, I can't do that. I can't.
It would
I
betray
can't
my
be
family. Yeah.
what you want me to be. It would betray my family, betray the memory of my dead daughter who I held in my hands as someone shot me in the back of the head. It's like
um,
it's a really good like kind of
mhm.
resolution to Punisher staying as this very violent but still good man.
It is, of course, of like, there's so many things you could reference anyway, but like, yeah. It's just that I like the idea that like your character should have the integrity that you built them to have. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I actually
good.
like that. I like that
Hmm.
idea.
Treat them
Like,
as if they
it's kind of why
are
I
your
like
friend.
that initial subversion in Game of Thrones, in like the very first book of A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, where the story could have easily had
He's casting a
Joffrey
spell
spare
on
Ned
me.
Stark, and yeah, like they could have easily had
Sorry.
and Ned Stark takes the black, but because Joffrey as a character is a psychopath and incredibly cruel, he decides, no, I'm just gonna kill this guy because it would be more entertaining to me.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's keeping the integrity of that character, no matter how cruel it may seem and how horrifying that decision is. That would be the decision Joffrey would make as a character.
It's yeah, it's more like what does the audience want? It's like, well, I think that's a different conversation, really, because like you can ruin integrity of your character by what the audience would want, but like I don't think that's
That's
necessarily
true. That's true.
that's not necessarily a bad thing either. Where it's like, I want the audience to be on this guy's side, and that's not wrong for a writer to do. But it's all based on context.
Show them that integrity. Treat them as if they are your friends, albeit friends that regrettably you sometimes have to kill, as I've
Out of context, put that on the list.
I love that description.
I'm sorry, Froggo,
I
we're gonna
love
have to
how
put
like
you down.
this.
I'm sorry, Squidward. You have to
I fucking love
hold on.
I love the
Hold on,
description he
Vic.
gives. Like you treat them like friends, but friends you regrettably have to kill.
Like it's like
Telling more.
I'm 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 sorry, redacted. Squidward has to die. Damn.
Squidward has to
I think,
die.
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Froggo.
It's like every Lethal Company match. It's like these are your friends, but friends that you may have to regrettably kill.
I mean, it is kind of funny that like there are some like characters that I love, but I don't love them because I want to immolate them. I didn't sort of what immolate, imitate. You know what I mean?
I
I
know.
want to put them on fire.
It's just funny that you said immolate after. Oh, sometimes you have to kill them.
But like, you know what I mean? It's like you create characters in your head that are just like the most evil people, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be like them. They're not my friends. I'm sorry, but I really find them interesting.
just said, if you're writing a terrifying serial murder, do try to get inside personality so that you create them as a rounded individual.
That is true. There are people that are
Did Did you get into Joker's head when he decided to snap naked pictures of Barbara Gordon, Alan Moore? Did you do that, Alan?
Well, he probably did, and it's like that's the thing though. I'm like,
Yeah, and he probably he delved into like the kind of sadism that Joker has, and when yeah, he would do something that unhinged because that's the Joker, especially when it's towards like Commissioner Gordon. Of
he
course, he'd
found
be
it
that level.
funny.
He would go down that level of like he'd find that entertaining because it would give Commissioner Gordon so much suffering.
I know it's just weird. It's just weird wording. Is all. It's like you have to get into these people, into these characters' heads. You know,
do.
treat them like your friends. It's like,
I remember.
Again, it's like it's how you write them. When he mentions friends, it's probably that level of familiarity that you would have with a friend.
It's sort of like in Deep Space
What
Nine.
the kind of decisions they would make.
It's kind of like in Deep Space Nine, like Jadzia Dax. She's a Trill, and what it means like she has a parasite that moves from person to person. When they die, it moves to the next person, and so like she's lived like 12 lives, all with different backgrounds, you know. And
honestly, that was one of the more interesting parts of Deep Space Nine is just the whole having multiple lives that you've lived through.
And it's like one of them that she didn't know about was a psychotic like murderer. I mean, he was artsy about it, but like in order to find another killer, she had to tap into that sort of mentality, and it was a very disturbing adventure for her. So it's like so it is kind of interesting how like it can be something. I'm not saying like if you think of a character that's psychotic, you're psychotic. It's like nah, it's just an idea.
Like, no, like think about what they would do.
Yeah, it's sort of like you do have to just like it's kind of like when voice acting or like people that want to think like other characters, they do have like a disturbance in their behavior when it comes to like certain scenes they have to do.
I always think about Mark Hamill when he's voicing the Joker, and you see like the behind the scenes of Arkham City, and Mark Hamill's like contorting himself, and like his face is like lit up with like that kind of sadistic glee.
I was thinking of like is it Troy Baker that does the voice of Joel? Or
yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, when he's a Joel, and you see any like when he does Joel in motion capture, you can see all the emotional weight that he had to kind of almost force himself to carry to play Joel.
It's like, dude, like when his daughter dies,
yeah,
it was like it was actually like he tried to get himself ready, and it's like, and the guy just said, "Do it," and he's like, and he got the performance of a lifetime. You know, he got yelled at. And it's like, dang. Or like that voice actor for what's her face? For goodness sakes, God of War.
Freya?
Yeah, she said like there wasn't a dry spot on the floor because she cried too much.
I know he's a bit of a weird.
Yeah.
I know he's a bit of a weird name nowadays, but Will Smith.
Where are you going with this?
Will Smith in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah,
He, you know that big scene where you know his dad once again abandons him, and Will has to unfortunately deal with that reality. You know the actor that played the actor that played what is it, his uncle?
Yeah, his uncle.
Yeah, the actor who played the uncle kept like criticizing Will throughout his acting career in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air until that one scene where Will Smith finally gets into the mind of the character and really lets out how fucking angry he is, and how sad he is that his dad is once again abandoning him. And it was in that moment when him and the uncle were hugging, the actor for the uncle went, "No, that's fucking acting."
I mean, I really love that scene. That scene in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is probably the best scene in that entire show, where he looks at his uncle and goes, "Why doesn't he want me, man?"
Yeah,
like, why doesn't he want me? And you're like, "Oh man."
I keep wanting to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but
It's really good.
I,
Like,
It's really fun.
no,
It's loads of fun.
I'm not doubting that it's good. It's just that I have to go through the sitcom tisms is all.
oh, the sitcom
Yeah.
tisms are I love those parts. Like, but anyways, it's kind of like Golden Girls. Like, there's a lot of sitcomisms, but like, it's really good dialogue. Like, so anyways,
I remember when I was writing V for Vendetta back in 1980, 1981, when we were just putting the series together, and I was thinking about how I was going to portray the fascist secret state, the fascist government that was controlling Britain in the impossibly far future.
make him right wing. Nothing.
Jesus Christ, Falco.
Well, I
Just
mean,
continue the
that's
video.
how. Like, listen, like it's just
Not
kind of
gonna
like,
say it.
man, these are all the stereotypes. Anyways,
Date of my story, which was 1997, because I was writing it in 1981, and I thought, well, 1997 is obviously never going to happen. But
because he's all T2.
I mean, yeah, from that perspective,
yeah.
Vic?
and you're like 1997. That's like 17 years away. Damn.
Well, it is sort of like 1984 was coming out. I mean, like
I
also
mean,
that
do you
book.
remember Blade Runner? Blade
Yeah.
Runner said in 2019, and you're like, that seems so far away.
Logan's Run and all
And
that
then-
stuff. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
which is overrated a little bit.
Or heck, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is set in like 2025, and I'm like, that was last year. Jesus fucking Christ.
I know, it's like the USS Barack Obama and then the sky.
Well, yeah,
Anyways.
it's very fascinating to me.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
can see why he like said
Mhm.
it in 1997, because he was just like, that seems so far away, probably for him.
Nope.
having these Nazi figures, given that I am a third generation anti-fascist and I absolutely
God.
abhor Nazis, what I didn't want to do was to reduce all of my villains to two-dimensional Nazi cartoons.
Listen.
That's
I-
actually kind
All
of
right.
that's actually kind of
Yeah.
neat. It's like he went the actual like proper anti-fascist route of, if I'm gonna write like fascists as a person who abhors
Mhm.
them, I'm gonna write them as actual characters instead of
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, as the
he
movie,
wrote them as characters.
I kind of
I'm
see them
not-
as two-dimensional.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
To be fair,
surprised.
the movie is not the same as the book.
Yeah.
I've
Go
read
ahead,
the book.
Redacted.
It's-
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised to hear him say that.
Yeah, it is kind of
Because
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, because usually the people who call themselves anti-fascists,
Uh-oh.
especially nowadays,
Mhm.
they don't care about seeing anyone they perceive as fascist as actual people.
Yeah,
They-
that's sort of the interesting thing.
They
with Alan
only
Moore.
see them as the caricature.
Mhm. It's
I-
Steve Stone.
I guess it's the
Yeah.
funny thing is redacted. It's kind of the difference between the current era, like kind of anti-fascist, and the kind of person Alan Moore is, where he's kind of crazy, but you can tell he does care a lot about the
About-
nature of like
Writing.
of that kind of person.
Oh, yeah.
Of the nature of writing and the nature of that person. Like he knows that fascists aren't just like caricatures; they are people, and there's something there. There's something
would-
going on in their heads
Well,
to make them the way they are.
I'll
I
give
would just,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would
I
just
guess,
like
but-
to.
Froggo go.
Sorry.
It's okay. I would just like to. I would just like to say that before we before we started streaming this video, I asked Vic, Redacted, and Falco the question of who do you think is crazier, Frank Miller or Alan Moore? I think due to I think due to this video, I think
Frank
Frank
Miller.
Miller is crazier.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
Well,
Frank
the
Miller's
thing is,
batshit
though.
crazy, dude.
Well, the thing is, though, if you put Frank Miller in front of a camera and told him to talk about his writing philosophy, I think you could get similar things. Like,
yeah.
so, like, I don't know. It's kind of like saying, like, interviewing Mark Hamill somewhere, and it's like, if you get him in a civilized room, I'm sure you can get the same thing out of him about his characters.
Oh yeah, like
So
when he
I'm
talks
like,
about
but still,
interviews,
he's
like, talks about, like,
insane.
Joker or Luke.
Like,
He's insane.
Mark Hamill is insane. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
He is kind of crazy.
But
yeah.
anyways,
I
yeah.
I don't want to talk about Mark Hamill.
No, I don't either. It's just,
It just makes me angry.
I just mention him, and it's like, yeah. Anyways, I forgot. Let's just keep going.
Where they'd all got a monocle and a University of Heidelberg dueling scar.
Oh right. Even in the movie, you can see him. You can still see the third dimensional fascist character, or whatever. Not necessarily as a fascist, but like she is going through life. She gets deprogrammed, and so it's like, all right, that's something. Like, and you see the government for what it is, you know. Shoots, and it's like she almost like looking for a chance to be deprogrammed and stuff like that. So it's okay. There's something there.
No. I had to remember that the Nazis didn't arrive from space. They were...
Imagine if Nazis arrived from space.
Dude, it's what's the fucking name of that movie? The one where
Nazis come from the moon.
where Hitler is on the top of a T-Rex and goes Heil Hitler, Heil.
Iron Sky.
Iron Sky, yeah.
Iron Sky, yeah.
Imagine they came down and it's like, take us to your leader. Sig Heil.
Guys, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Russia's having war with these space people that just came out and started a fascist regime. What the fuck is happening?
These aliens are called Germans.
They are led by a guy named Adolf Hitler.
Oh, it reminds me of like High Top. It's like these aliens are just like the Vietnamese.
Or maybe it's something different. Maybe it's Adolf Hitler after he was kicked out of art school. He's like, you know what? I'm going to start talking to aliens now. And then that's how he created the Nazi regime.
I mean,
was by calling people from space.
Froggo. That's basically what happened with Hydra in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not joking.
I just remember imagine if it was like E.T. and like some German kid's like putting up candy and it's like, it's not E.T., it's Adolf. He's picking up Reese's Pieces.
It's just Jojo Rabbit.
And he's like phone home.
He's like... What makes it reminds you of the scene from the Lupin the Third movie, the animated movie.
Oh,
where there's like this weird Nazi who's convinced that Hitler's still alive, and they see Hitler again, and he's so deluded that he thinks it's the actual Hitler when it's actually just Lupin wearing a mask.
Anyways,
perfectly ordinary bakers and street cleaners and cobblers and school teachers who happened to have a very bad national experience happen to them. And
well, the thing is, though, it's not just that it's bad from our perspective or whatever. It's just that if you live under that sort of thing, it's just normal. Like, it's just conditioning. Like, and it's not their fault. If they're indoctrinated into it from like birth. But yeah.
Became Nazis. So I thought if this was happening in England, it would be ordinary people. So give each of the Nazis a different reason for what they're doing. Some of them are perhaps good people who are trying to do their best in a horrible regime.
I remember that in Downfall. When I was like,
I'm
not
not
all those Nazis at the bunker were just terrible, terrible people. They were just doing their jobs. It's like,
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, that's actually refreshing to hear from him. I did not expect him of all people to say that.
you think he's saying that because
Well, it's
he's in front of a camera and like he has to talk about
Well, no, I
writing?
think he's a writer. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, that's what I
ultimately
mean,
he's a
right?
writer. And he
Yeah.
also and he does his research. The thing is, he mentions at the beginning of the video the nature of research and about putting yourself through that
Mm-hmm.
and doing everything in your power to really learn about the history you're going through. So if you're depicting fascists, you don't just want the caricature of a fascist. You want you want fascists as people, the people who live under that rule, the people who even support that rule. What kind of people would they be to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like
Most of them are
mhm.
just normal people just going about their days. Most of them don't even most of them don't even think about the ideology. It's just, oh, that's the government. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Anyways, back to
I'm
my cereal. Like, uh, is that all? Did you want to say something? Redacted.
uh yeah, I'm surprised of him. I'm surprised that he's actually saying that
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just so used to the people who call themselves, anti-fascists nowadays. Whenever they have to write a character that's supposed to be a Nazi or whatever, they always make them so not even two-dimensional, just one-dimensional.
It,
And
yeah.
and the thing is that it doesn't just stop with like fictional characters for them. They extend it to their view on real people. Where if they think you're a Nazi, they're not going to treat you like a person. They're not even going to consider, oh, maybe they're just, maybe they just have these opinions because they went through something bad. It's just instant to, no, you're a Nazi, you're a bad person, you deserve to die.
It reminds me of like James Gunn and in the Peacemaker show. There's Nazi world, and they're just two-dimensional. Like
Yeah,
I think one-dimensional Nazis that you could just kill. It's like
yeah, exactly.
it's so lazy.
Some of them are going along with it because they're frightened. Some of them are going along with it because they actively enjoy it, the feeling of power. But it's important to understand what is inside them, to empathise with them, perhaps especially the villains. Because if you're not careful, those are the things that can end up as completely predictable two-dimensional travesties.
And
Um, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
sometimes how horrible a person can add to the tragedy of the character if they are a part of this sort of regime, because
Mm-hmm.
once again I'm thinking about Downfall. In Downfall you have the uh you have I forgot her name, but you have like one of the people who went to go visit Hitler in Berlin, and when Hitler's talking about how he's going to kill himself, you have this lady, breaking down in tears, going like, no, don't go, and that can add to how uncomfortable you can feel that that a real human being is like this sad over such a horrible person, this
Mm-hmm.
tyrannical dictator finally offing himself, and this lady is like actually breaking down in tears because in her perspective he was the answer to everything for her.
Um, it's sort of like I also like just because you have a one-dimensional character who's just evil for the sake of being evil doesn't mean it's bad either. Like there are just like demons, for example. Like you can make demons like just destruction for destruction's sake. Taking people's souls just because that's their function in life. It's just to be evil. And it's like,
Doom, Free Ren.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, just from a like a biblical perspective, it's like, what if
yeah,
they're just doing it because that's their purpose in life is to shun God's children, to show them that life is empty and nihilistic. Like, it's just like, dude, it's so, uh, it's like they're one dimensional, but it's like it's really interesting to have these sort of things. Not every bad guy is going to be this complex thing working gears around his character, you know, like sometimes it's just,
Yeah,
yeah, you're dead.
it's kind of why I loved from one of my favorite RPG games of all time, Dragon Age Origins. One of the
Mhm.
main antagonists of Dragon Age Origins, initially you think he's kind of just a traitor, but then you learn more and more about what's going on, about why he did what he did,
Oh
and
yeah,
why he's driven to such desperate actions, and you're like, fuck, dude. It's like I
maybe.
kind of respect him for doing this, but at the same time, I'm
Oh
still
yeah,
pissed at you. Like I see low gain, and I'm like, I kind of hate that you did this, but at the same time, I understand why you
understandable.
did, and
Yeah,
you cared
it's.
a lot about your daughter. You loved your daughter like no one else,
I remember
and you
watching.
hated that she
Hmm,
was basically being betrayed,
sorry.
that someone was betraying your country. So it's like I see why he did it, and it's always fascinating to me. It's like I get it, I get why he did it. I don't agree with it. I get why he did it.
Um, I've always liked the. I was watching a Mandalore gaming video about the. There was this like turn-based RPG, but it's also Dynasty Warriors. I forget what it's called. Um,
Oof.
it was an Xbox only game. And it's about like, so you're facing off against the demon and his minions, but then you learn it's all been a lie, and there's a bigger like evil out there, and you all face them together, and it's like, and the evil guy's like, no, I've been trying to stop this entire time, and I have a plan, and it's like, oh, well, that's complex and sympathetic, like, you know,
It all,
because and stuff like that, you know.
it's honestly refreshing to see Alan Moore still having some resemblance of who people are, uh,
Mm-hmm.
rather than because it's funny. Redacted mentioned Freerun. I was just reminded
Mm-hmm.
of this this tweet that somebody made. You remember when you know a
Yes.
black woman was cosplaying as Freyren,
Yeah.
and you know some people made a big deal of it, some people didn't. Personally, I'm not too bothered by
I
it. I'm
don't.
more bothered
I
by
don't care.
I'm more bothered by the people who say things like the confidence it takes for a black woman to cosplay a character that is loved by racists and mini Hitlers.
And I'm like,
I,
why
I'm not
is
Yeah.
joking. That's a real tweet.
Yeah, the
Oh my
leftists are
god.
absolutely insane.
so yeah, so the reason why it's there's a sentiment going around that's like um fairness is, I don't think fairness are racist. That's not a thing. Um because
She hates demons.
she hates
Demons are
demons.
by their
Demons are not
very
really a
nature
race. They're kind of
vicious
like
and merciless.
they're kind of a plague. Like
You can't. Okay, at the risk of sounding like a racist, you can't be racist against mythological monsters.
true, but I don't
And
see
that
them as a
and that's
race.
ba-
Like she
and
doesn't
that's
see them that
basically
way.
what the that's basically what the demons in Freerin are. They are mythological creatures.
Hmm. They learned human speech in order to trick them, so they can eat them and kill them.
Yeah,
That that's the whole
it's
point.
it's like saying someone is racist against fairies.
I mean, it depends on the fantasy world, but yes, I agree on the
It really
sentiment.
does. It really depends on the
Hmm.
writing. It really depends on how you
It's
write
like
it and
there
the
were
nature
cool
of it.
stories about like how a succubus can fall in love and like protect somebody, and it's like that's really kind
Oh
of
yeah,
heart.
that was like
That's really heartwarming from like a D&D like perspective, because like that's really rare. Like
yeah, that's kind of why I liked Witcher, because Witcher very much deals with kind of the complexity of sentient magical creatures and how far you go with that kind of thing. How do you really need a Witcher to kill them, or
yeah, it's sort of like Hellboy in the Golden Army, where it's like
yeah,
he has to protect humanity, which includes like what do you call it, genociding like fantasy races in order to do it, like
yeah, like he was killing the last of like he was killing the last of like the plant race, like of like
yep,
this plant golem race,
yeah,
and it was like really tragic. And kind of
mm-hmm.
Hellboy was just like he was very much hesitating to do it because
It's either this thing or humans.
it's either this or I kill people, so or it kills more
Exactly.
people. So
And if you don't do anything
he's
about
forced
it,
into a position he really doesn't want to. Yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely, it's like you do this or you're partially responsible for letting it happen more. So it's like
Yeah.
anyways, let's continue.
And if your heroes are to have any weight and resonance, then you better make sure that.
I thought he said white. It's weight.
Yeah, it's just his fucking accent.
Yeah.
His really strong accent.
If you want your characters to have white, it's like, whoa.
Because they have white. It's like, white?
No,
white.
White?
Heavy. Oh, wait.
It's like weight. He's like white and residence. It's like, all right.
I guess it's
colonialism.
Accent. Colonialism.
I'm kidding. Of course.
Resonance, then you better make sure that your villains have the same weight and resonance. The importance of making your characters three-dimensional can't really be overstated. As an
okay, understated. Okay, sorry. But like,
yeah.
So the villain I'm creating has a point, and has like I'm gonna make him as three-dimensional as possible, but still be in the wrong. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, you're so close to making a good point, but then how you're doing it though is like, that's not good. It may be what the villain thinks is a greater good, but it's like you're going out of your way to damage lives in order to do it. So it's like, I think that's a neat perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Example from comics. A one-dimensional character is where it's either a hero or a villain. It's a goodie or a baddie. You don't need to know anything about them other than that. They don't have to have motivations. They're just a good guy or a bad guy.
I wonder what characters are these. I can't really think of them.
Let's see what he says.
I'm trying to think of like one-dimensional heroes from comic books.
I guess characters from like example Aesop's fables, where you have like where you have people like the turtle and the hare, where the turtle is just this really hardworking guy.
Yeah.
And the hare is this arrogant person who eventually gets beaten. It's kind of one-dimensional.
Well, that's not really
to the hare. He just loses.
I mean, by that definition, I don't see them as
prove a point.
one-dimensional. I just see as like the lesson is more important, and they do have motivations. They want to win a race.
Oh no, they are technically one-dimensional. It's just that they're there to tell the lesson. It's like it's less about their characters and more about the lesson itself that they're kind of doing.
That's why I'm like really hard pressed to find like a comic book character that's just a hero, unless they're like a mascot character. Like a
I think the thing is, I think most one-dimensional characters are not necessarily in bigger pieces of literature or media, because most people are smart. Most authors are smart enough not to write a one-dimensional character. At the very least, they usually write two-dimensional characters.
Like there's the Kool-Aid Man. He's just a good guy that sells Kool-Aid. Like,
yeah, like that's the mascot. But if we're going like
no,
but
I mean
it.
Like he's a Marvel superhero. He's in Marvel Comics. Mentions the Hulk by name. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
But like,
Continue.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like there's a whole bunch of Marvel characters I didn't realize were a Marvel character. So I'm like, that's definitely what I'm thinking about. What's like, it's just good guy versus bad guy. Yeah.
All of the bad guy's schemes, they can be explained by the fact that he's a bad guy. This is one-dimensional characterization. Sometime around the probably early 60s, Stan Lee came up with a kind of formula whereby he would give a personality problem to his good guys and his bad guys. So now they were a good guy, but they had trouble finding a girlfriend.
Oh, you mean like Spider-Man or what? I mean...
Oh yeah, it's stuff like that, where it's like he gave them personalities, he gave them more background and more like kind of depth. So now they become two-dimensional and eventually three-dimensional.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the Spider-Man thing has evolved past, oh, it's just a personality quirk, to the writers fucking hate you.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
think he's talking about kind of the
Stan
beginnings
Lee.
of that,
Yeah.
the beginnings of Stanley giving his characters, who initially were just
You cut out a little bit. Hello?
having trouble, like, oh, he's this hero guy, but now he has trouble getting a girlfriend. He's this hero guy, but he was bullied. He's this hero guy, but he's struggling with other things. That's kind of the journey that some writers go down, where you initially start simple and then you give them a bit more complexity, you give them a bit more.
I don't think there's anything wrong with starting out simple. The whole thing is
I'm
like
saying that that's the beginning.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that's the beginning.
Where it's
No
like
shade on it.
if you yeah, because it's like making fun of Stan Lee is actually very easy when it comes to him writing characters, but it's like the reason why he was so successful is because like it was sort of the first time that like characters had like real kind of like real issues in a way. It became novel, and that's why people called it the Marvel method of like writing characters and drawing characters.
Yeah.
They were a good guy, but they had a bad leg, which apparently a bad leg is considered a character trait in that kind of comic book. So this is a two-dimensional character.
Yeah, you're right, Vic. What? Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is, it does remind you that Alan Moore's really old. Like, he was there for the beginning of a lot of really
I was
big
there,
comic book
Gandalf.
names. Like, he was there for a lot. He was there for a lot of it. He was there for a lot of like the golden age of comics, for a lot of like he even wrote a lot for some of the golden age comics.
He did.
He was
Yeah.
there for a lot of it. So you see that experience. You see him talking about how characters evolved from simple good versus bad to good versus bad, but with more complexity, with more character, with more stakes involved.
Yeah. I would say.
I was there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was there, Gandalf. 5,000 years ago, I was there when Stan Lee was at the pit. He could have threw in the comic books.
I was there when space Nazis came down to take over the Jewish population.
I mean, what do you mean space Nazis? Well, there are Nazis from space.
In space.
From space.
I don't know what's so hard to understand about this. The Nazis from space. Like, but that's not possible. Stop questioning it.
Yeah, and you know what these space students were called? Germans. Anyways.
There's really nothing to them. They don't resemble human beings. They just have one slight cosmetic flaw.
Oh, wow. Some shade throwing at like Stan Lee. Like, I don't know if I appreciate this.
I wouldn't say that to all of Stan Lee's characters, because there was, of course, Spider-Man.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four and their family dynamic.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like.
I mean, just the thing. Just the thing in general is like a very, three-dimensional character. In
Thor
terms
was
of
a person with a bad leg at first. Like, he was two different personalities. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with, like, just a guy who wants to do the right thing. Like, that's how you start
again,
it.
he's talking about, he is talking about character. And he's talking about how these things began. And he's talking about the nature of two-dimensional characters being a character with, like, a flaw. But it's like, sometimes it can be cosmetic, sometimes it's there. And he's probably going to move on to how three-dimensional characters work.
I'm just a little miffed. And, like, I bet she's going to say, but in my books, I made three-dimensional characters.
We'll see. He might just mention, like, how those characters evolved.
Sure.
To make them seem more realistic. If you want a three-dimensional character, then you have to take that much, much further. You have to have a character where you know them from the inside out, where you know...
I would say, I think Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho is a three-dimensional character. I know what he does on the weekends because he has a predictable thing about him because he's a full human being. I know what he likes, his dislikes. You know.
Yeah, that's a lot of comic book characters as they grew. It's like as like the years went on, as the writing got better and stuff like that. a lot of comic book characters quickly became three-dimensional. A lot of Batman as a character grew from
Oh yeah.
this kind of caped crusader and detective to this incredibly tragic and very disturbed man who is trying to like fight this eternal war that he
Well,
probably won't win,
that's
but he'll
usually
keep
as like the
trying.
Gold Age, Silver Age, and then like the Bronze Age sort of what went in, where it's like they did get a lot more character focused, because the times change enough where it's like we got a lot more, um, as those kids turned into adults, they sort of grew with them in a way.
Yeah.
Why they do things. You know all of the elements in their life that have made them the character that they are, so that they have complete agency, so that they have their own agendas.
I like the I remember watching there's a cool line from it's not the Green Mile, it's the Shawshank Redemption, where Andy Dufresne is put in the hole, and he comes out, and he's like, how'd you survive? You know, all that stuff. Well, I had my favorite characters in there, whatever. It's like Huckleberry Finn and stuff like that. He's like, do you let your read? Like, no, all in here. Points to his head
Yeah,
and all
on
that
the head.
stuff.
On the head.
You know, it's like they're real to me, you know, stuff like that. I think it would happen also like in Scrooge, you know, where it's like he said it's like and when he's reading the books, he's like what it's like we didn't have any real friends. It's like I had Huckleberry Finn and all that stuff, you know, stuff like that. It's like they're real to me. That the whole idea is like your imagination can make them real, and that's sort of what I think he's
Yeah.
getting at. Is where it's
The
like
mind is a powerful tool.
when you write your when you write your characters to be three-dimensional, it's like you know them as of like they're a friend that like
You know them as a person, yeah.
yep. And so I think that's what we talked about earlier about the three-dimensional character that's your friend, and sometimes you have to kill your friend. It's like
Yeah, like it's like you know that character so well.
mm-hmm. It's very cool stuff. That's like I do know all my characters I wrote for that comic. I'm like, man, because like if you don't write for them anymore, you're essentially killing them. Like that's the thing.
I think about a lot of the novels I've read, and I think about like how well I know some of the characters like
Mm-hmm.
incredibly well, and I'm like, yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about that constantly, where it's like, yeah, that's kind of the nature of writing and how you do three-dimensional characters is that the reader or the watcher, whatever, or the player know that character well enough that if the game makes or if the game or media makes them do something, you know that character well enough to go, they wouldn't do that.
Oh,
Or at the same time,
it
or if the story decides they
mm-hmm.
need to die, you're like, yeah, I can see that happening.
It's sort of like that's
Or
why
prompt
people
them
were
to go.
mad at Ryan Johnson, The Last Jedi. It's like you assassinated Luke's character. That's why people are mad about like J.J. Abrams about The Force Awakens. Like this is not something Han Solo should have done. Like it's just so out of character.
More recent memory, this is kind of what happened with a lot of more modern stuff. Like, oh man, what show did I watch?
Man, Last
Not
Jedi's not
Illinois.
modern. Oof, old.
Well, it's no. I'm thinking about like more current stuff.
I
I'm trying
know,
to think
I
of
know.
more current stuff.
I
Modern maybe isn't the right word.
like
Modern isn't the right word, but I'm thinking about more current stuff that I've watched that was pretty bad. Oof.
I kind of feel like let's see. I can't think of anything at the moment, but there's definitely character assassination stuff that's been happening. It's just that, oh yeah, like the whole idea of what Starfleet does, for like
Oh yeah,
Stargate Academy,
Starfleet's pretty bad about that.
and there's like and there's also like Bethesda, and they're used to the Fallout show and how like the Lorth
Or I think
inconsistent.
of Doctor Who actually. Now that
Doctor
I'm thinking
Who's
about Doctor Who,
great example.
yeah, Doctor Who got some pretty brutal character work that's like just been fucked over constantly, and it's kind of funny. I think one of the things that I think I remember being noted with the 13th and 14th Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
the 13th and 14th Doctor, is that someone pointed out they lack the dark edge that a lot of the Doctors actually had. They lack
Mm-hmm.
the kind of
It turned
personality
into a kid
and
show.
history.
Mm-hmm.
They lack a lot of the personality and history that makes you realize that from like the 10th Doctor, like ninth Doctor, all the way to like the 12th Doctor, even like Peter Capaldi, they all had this edge to them. They all had this darkness to them because you realize these people were the winners of the Time War. This was someone who like who pretty much just genocided an entire race. This is a deeply disturbed and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of difficult decisions, which is why they also have this very easy confidence to do something very dark. Like that scene from David Tennant's Doctor where she says maybe like the Time Lord Victorious, like maybe the Time Lord Victorious is
Is what? You cut out.
there's this character in David Tennant's run where she said the Time Lord Victorious. Maybe the Time Lord Victorious is wrong. And he looks at her and goes, maybe you don't get to decide that.
Oh yeah, Waters of Mars.
Yeah, Waters of Mars, where he looks at her and goes, "You don't get to decide that."
I remember
I'm like,
when
as the
like
Time Lord Victorious,
Christopher
I get to decide
Eccleston,
that.
he sees a Dalek and he's like,
Oh, I love Christopher
let's
Eccleston.
kill it. Let's freaking kill it right now. Like
Yeah. Or when it's like, I lack purpose, give me purpose, and he's like, I have an order for you, kill yourself. And it's like, I love that because he's like, he hates the Daleks so much.
and then he actually does because like he's been corrupted by the human's touch. It's like
Yeah, and I love that when Rose is like, don't do this, and he realizes it's like, what have I done? It's like, what have I become? I've just become as like brutal and as unthinking as like the
Mhm.
Daleks. I love
Yep.
Eccleston. It sucks that Eccleston's
Underrated.
run was only one
Like
season, but I fucking love him. I love Eccleston's run so much.
it's really good. Anyways,
Because actually, in real life, the way that characters work, this reminds me of when I was working on my film, The Show, with Mitch
Hey,
Jenkins.
redacted.
Which,
What?
Redacted.
What?
With his accent, with his accent, he kind of reminds me of an orc just talking about the story like orcs.
what?
You see, I beat this space marine who was being a big old knob.
Okay. Okay. I haven't said this, but the whole time he's been talking, I've been thinking he sounds like James May from Top Gear.
He kind of does. He does kind of sound like J-Max.
Yeah.
Sometimes my genius surprises me.
Is that guy who was like really slow?
I think he has the same accent. He has the same accent as James May, which is why it works so well.
James May and just a little bit of Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, you guys were thinking that too? You guys were thinking that too?
Yeah, you got that accent, dude.
Froggo is also here.
I was thinking this entire fucking video of just like he kind of sounds like Jeremy Clarkson.
Which is ironic because he'd probably hate Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh,
Probably.
oh, dude, like yeah. Let's just say like
It's so funny.
let's just say the
It's
BBC is not what it
I love
used to
how-
be without them. Like
I love the accent of Alan Moore because I'm just thinking about like he's like the world's most intelligent orc.
intelligent orc, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
the world's most intelligent orc. He's just like, oh, I'm telling stories here.
Here, let me see if I can find that meme.
Anyways, I will move on.
with Mitch Jenkins, which had an incredible amount of characters who we had given narratives to all of them, so that we decided to have no secondary characters. We decided to have all of the characters had got their story arcs, they'd got their personalities, and we directed the many fine actors that we'd got working on the show. We told them, play this as if the whole film is about you.
What show was he talking about?
Oh, the show.
It's a show called The Show. It's a show just called The Show.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
I
It's by
wasn't.
Alan Moore.
Sorry, I was.
Had
Anyways.
got their story arcs,
Okay.
they'd got their personalities, and we directed the many fine actors that we'd got working on the show. We told them, play this as if the whole film is about you. The reason for that was because that's how it works in real life. We all think that the whole film is about us?
Oh, that's interesting. So, write your characters like they have main character syndrome. That's interesting.
I mean,
Well, that was like what they did for like specifically for this show, is they wrote
Yeah.
everyone like they had main
Mhm.
they wrote everyone like they had main character syndrome, which I can only imagine can lead to some very fascinating interactions when
Well,
everyone thinks they're the main character.
I know what he's talking about. It's because like everyone's a hero of their own story. No one thinks they're like the like the antagonist. Like for example, it's like the Emperor in Star Wars probably thinks he's in the right, and he's doing all the things he can to make sure that he wins. And it's like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm doing the good thing because my
I-
empire. It's like,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Palpatine isn't doing what he thinks is morally correct. He's
No.
doing what he thinks will benefit him the most.
yes,
Because
Yeah.
Mhm.
Palpatine only cares about Palpatine. He is I'm pretty sure in the old EU, he is explicitly stated to be a psychopath.
Yeah, he is like in just the Darth Plagueis novel, he's an actual psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the
Yeah,
point
like
where even Plagueis was very like cautious with him. Plagueis was like,
Yeah.
um,
he's a diagnosed psychopath.
what I mean is like everybody, every three-dimensional character is going to think they're the most important one in the room, which is like, yeah, that makes sense to me, because like everyone has a selfish desire to preserve their oneself first. So it's like,
Yeah.
so I just think that's what he means from that. That's why I interpret, which is it's not far off. I don't think.
We are the center of the narrative. And in fact, the interaction of characters is generally just that. It's a bunch of people interacting while all believing that the narrative, the story, is entirely about them. That is how three-dimensional characters behave. And you won't get that degree of realism and involvement unless you are actually allowing your characters that, allowing them all the complexity in an ordinary human being.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
I agree with that. That's really neat. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. All right. I'm out of that.
Good job, Alan Moore. You were mostly right.
Yeah,
it's like I actually like most of his. I actually found most of his insights very interesting. It kind of
Yeah,
tells you that
most
despite how
Mhm.
crazy he is, despite how like crazy he can be, he's still an author. He's still an author with years of experience, and you can see that. You can see all of that experience. You can see all of that insight and stuff he's learned from all those years, like just put into that. And I'm like, yeah, I really like that. I really like that. He's a crazy bastard, but I actually really like his insights into writing.
usually when I hear a lot of writing advice, and it's like, do this, do this, do this, and I'm like, but what if I don't? And that usually ends up just being execution. But a lot of this stuff he says is a lot of general advice about how to execute something, instead of just telling you
general utility. I would
yeah. It's like it's more utility than it is anything else. It's not trying to get you to do one thing or another. It's just that
Yeah, like the whole idea of three-dimensional, the one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and three-dimensional characters, where he's just giving you an idea of like what it means to write them,
that's like
and what usually comprises a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional character.
if you're starting out, don't be like really extreme with anything. I'd say like but
Yeah.
like if you're experienced, or like not necessarily experienced, but like if you find yourself liking this character concept, then you can do it. Like, but it'll be tougher the more complex the concept is, but it's doable. He's not saying nothing is. He's saying everything is possible. Actually, like he's not really saying you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. It's more like you can do it. It's just that it'll take a great. It'll take more work.
Yeah. Which is usually how the writing process goes. The more
Mhm.
like complex, or at least the more you put into a character, the more you have to kind of work with to make them either good or bad.
I think the
As
party
a
system is really
as
good.
the
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, as the Maxim go, as like a counter always to Alana Pierce's hilarious take, complexity does not equal quality.
Complexity doesn't equal depth. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
like having a complex character doesn't necessarily mean you wrote a good character or an even interesting
Mhm.
character.
It could be
You just
messed
wrote a
up.
character with complexities.
They could contradict each other when you write them because you wrote them
Yeah.
too complex. It's like it's because it's like it's kind of like uh what's his face Kylo Ben. Kylo Ben.
Kyle Ben, yeah,
Kyle
Kyle
Ben,
Ben.
where it's like am I evil or am I not? Like you're trying too hard to make them complex. Just have them be consistent instead.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
Consistency honestly is
He kind of is, you know.
yeah.
But it's like he's consistently inconsistent about how evil he is. It's like he does evil things and he goes, maybe I'm not. Never mind, I am. I'm gonna kill my mom. It's like uh so it's just how it's just how like why people the motivation of why people do what they do is I think is like I think it's sort of inherent if you have all their characteristics like in your head while you're writing it. It just flows into the other. It just flows into the other part of it naturally. So yeah, that's it. That didn't take too long.
No, it didn't. I had a lot of fun.
Grace Randolph's a
Wasn't there a-
moron, and Alan Moore is a little bit better than I thought.
Wasn't there a second thing we were?
Nope.
Hang on, am I muted? Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna ask. Wasn't there a second thing we were gonna look at?
Nope. We did
No.
both things. Um.
Oh, the Grace Randolph thing was the second thing.
Yeah.
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 Oh, it was the
calling me.
first thing we did.
Oh, my mom's calling me. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Well, that's okay.
I'm gonna hop off call now. You guys.
Yeah. We're
All
done.
right, see you.
See you,
See you,
Vic.
Vic.
Bye bye.
So. Yeah. So anything you want to leave with or thoughts?
I have a better
Don't-
opinion of Alan Moore than I thought I would.
Don't underestimate people who are usually wrong. They can sometimes say things that are right.
like a broken clock, you know?
Yeah, broken
Yeah.
clock is right at least once a day.
Twice a day, actually.
Twice a day.
Well,
Yeah.
It depends which part's broken because sometimes the hand falls off.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, that means that means it could be right all times a day. It's like it's 12. It's like, well, it's 12.
I guess what I'll leave off is that tomorrow I'll definitely do a stream. Finally, after so long. I do want to say though to those who are listening, it might not be ukulele because I don't know. I'll still play ukulele, but it'll be one of those Froggo plays that will not be every week or anything like that because I do want to try other stuff that I've been meaning to catch up with or something like that. However, depending on what happens tomorrow, I will definitely try to continue Hitman.
Yay!
Because my friends have really wanted me to play Hitman again after.
We're gonna keep bullying you.
Hey, listen, there's 4 people watching, including me, so
Yeah,
there's one
and me.
person.
I'm also.
Oh, okay.
I'm
okay.
also.
So there's
Yeah,
4
that's
people
me.
watching. It's all of us.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
me, Sully, Tybert, and Falco.
Why is my mouse not working right now? Why do you do this to me? Anyways. Yeah, I'm not working on anything at the moment. I'm kind of taking a a little bit of a break, but like I need to find something to work on. I thought of doing character stuff, but I could just go through the breakdown of -1. Maybe I should, and just do the first 10 minutes, and just. I already have an introduction on my channel, so it's like that's what I want to do. I want to do a breakdown. We mentioned suddenly. We mentioned you. So, anyways,
We mentioned the Sunly.
I might do notes on like the breakdown and stuff, and my notes are interestingly like comprehensive, but not comprehensive enough. I don't know. But anyways, I will see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.